back to the basics. It's one way to describe the Beaver Threads in 2008. OSU will hit the field with a new set of uniforms this upcoming season, and they sport the classic look, but designed by Nike, they will also use the latest technology. The new jerseys are significantly lighter, and they have a tighter fit with increased ventilation and increased moisture management. And they are available for purchase right now on OSUBeavers.com. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Well, the tradition is firmly established in Corvallis. As Oregon State football has worked to put itself back on the national map over the course of the last decade, it has been the defense that has led the way. And last season was no exception, as the Beaver D was one of the best units in the entire country. This year, the standards are just as high as they always are, but the 08 defense will have to reach them with a largely new group of players.
No. Forsett. No. Oregon State with an incredible stop.
On defense, the class of 2007 more than made its mark on the Oregon State football program.
Garland chasing Brink, who was hit. He forced the ball right into the hands of Jeff Van Orsho.
The stats on last year's D are nothing short of impressive.
Turner and shovel and sack.
First in the nation against the run, fourth in sacks, and eighth in the country in total defense. But 2008 is a new year, and there are a host of new players ready and willing to step in.
You know, those guys we lost, they're going to be hard to replace. They set a standard high for us, and we're just going to go ahead and let go where they left off and continue on with that tradition.
Those guys they lost make up the entire front seven, all four down linemen, and all three starting linebackers.
As a whole, I think that we got a lot of good guys out there. We got a strong secondary, a lot of returns like Keenan Lewis and Alan Falaba. And then our linebacking core, I feel like they're faster than last year's core as an overall. And our D-line, we got some pretty good athletes on that D-line.
We don't have a bunch of novices, but we will have a whole new starting crew.
A new starting crew is exactly what Riley will have in the linebacking core. Gone is last year's leading tackler and some would say leading playmaker.
Here comes the rush. He's got protection. Throws it. It's intercepted at the 20, down the sideline, inside of the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State.
With 14 tackles for losses, 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 3 pass breakups, Derek Doggett will be hard to replace. OSU, though, will try to do so in numbers.
I think we're pretty strong. We got a lot of speed and athleticism, so people will go out and see that this upcoming week or something like that. But, you know, when it comes to the game, I think, I will be ready to go and make some plays and all that stuff.
Ready to go would be one way to describe the defensive secondary. The trio of Keenan Lewis, Brandon Hughes, and Al Apalapa return for their senior seasons.
As a veteran group at the back, we just excited because everything is like, when you was a freshman in high school, going back to that.
The 08 Beaver defense, it is a unit that will have a very new look to it, but if the players have their way, it will perform up to the old standards.
We might have lost some size from last year, but what we lost in size, we gained the speed.
We're just going to go out there and play hard and just show a lot of effort and stuff like that and just get the swarm.
We've always had playmakers, but I feel like this year we've got guys that want to make plays and they know how to make plays around the defense.
So the D certainly had some big shoes to fill, but they may just have enough talent in Corvallis to do it. Speaking of talent, this guy has it in spades. Sammy Stroughter is back with the team physically and mentally in 2008. Coming up, we'll show you why that could be very bad news for the Beavers' opponents this year.
Cross it. Low snap. Boots it away at the 40. Angle to the corner. Stroughter takes it. Has room at the 10. Cutting to the near sideline. Has speed. Has a wall of blockers at the 15-20. Turns upfield at the 30. 35-40. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Well, he can change a game literally over the course of just a few seconds. As everyone knows, Sammy Stroughter's life changed over the course of just 1 year after he dealt with some very weighty personal issues back in 2007. But the lightning-quick wide receiver looks to be a better man for it. This season, Stroughter is anxious to show the Pac-10 what everyone on his own team already knows. Not only is Sammy back, but he could be better than ever.
I believe my testimony, that what I've been through, my trials and tribulations, allow me the way to connect with other players, and they can come up here and talk to me about real situations because they know I've been through them.
When Sammy Stroughter speaks, he speaks with eloquence. He speaks from the heart, and he speaks from experience. And that experience, the real situations he refers to, has nothing to do with football. Last year, Strawder dealt very seriously with depression and a lacerated kidney. This year, he is back in Corvallis for a 5th year on a medical hardship. Not only is he physically back, but the spark, the energy, the love for the game, and the love for life, well, that's all back too.
Coming off the year that I came off with just really allowed me to do some self-reflection and just understand that this is a blessing, you know, and just taking full advantage of everything and every opportunity that you have.
His teammates, who supported him every step of the way, well, they're just glad to see Sammy back to the old Sammy. Even if that meant he'd never play another down of football.
Touchdown! Strawder!
But since Strawder was ready to return to football, they'll get the benefit of seeing the old Sammy do what the old Sammy does.
Strawder backpedals to his 36.
And he can do a lot.
Looking for a block, slips straight ahead, now sidesteps to the near sidelines, and Strawder has all kinds of room.
He's a strong kid, and he's bounced back, and his head's in the right place, and he's ready to go. So it'll be fun to go out there and see him back in old Sammy style.
Got more, heaving for a wide-open Sammy Strawder.
While Strawder's year off has allowed him to put his life in a new perspective, football is not his life, and the realization of that fact may, in a strange way, make him a better player.
That was a thing that hurt me last year, was, you know, trying to think about my future and stuff like that. It's not for certain, you know. I just had a kidney injury. So injuries can happen at any time. So I'm taking this season like this is my last season. I can play football.
We obviously missed him a lot last year, but it's exciting to have him back, and he looks very good. And you know, he's just one of those guys. He was for the 2nd year elected a team captain, and you know, it just feels good. It's a good story.
Strawder will graduate this December with a degree in sociology. He'll be the first in his family to graduate from college.
Strawder will handle it at the 30-yard line. Right back up the middle, there he goes. 45 midfield, he's got one man to beat. He's gone! Forget about it! Sammy Strawder, touchdown!
So Sammy is definitely back. Even if he never scores another touchdown, Sammy Strawder is back indeed. And Strawder will have all of Beaver Nation behind him this upcoming season. He could be one of OSU's all-time greats by the end of the year. And folks, this could end up being a great season for the Beavers. That is going to do it for our show. We want to thank you for joining us on our look at the 2008 Oregon State football team. I want to wish you a great season. We'll see you next time.